Hello and welcome back to my journey from normal to Norway. Okay, so you're gonna see a couple things look a little different around here. I had a very exciting surprise package arrive to my apartment recently from some really great friends of mine with all sorts of goodies, but two in particular you're going to benefit from. Two new toys that I'm trying out tonight, playing with, loving so far, are a cute little tripod that they sent me that I have like set up on this table with a stack of books with that on top, and then this like selfie light thing that I have clipped onto my phone. So, I mean, I think the setup is great. How do you feel about it? Let me know. I'm really excited to try this out again. As I said at the beginning of this whole thing, I'm not the most tech savvy person, so I wouldn't have even known what to look up or what to get, what to try. So I was just doing my best, and now I have these exciting new toys that I can use for my From Normal to Norway YouTube channel. So yay! Thank you very much to my amazing friends who sent these treats to me. And so, okay, there's that. We're looking a little different. We got that covered. Next, it is Friday night, and as you can see, I'm going all out, living the wild life. Today was a very exciting day for me because the first episode of the newest season of The Great British Baking Show came out on Netflix today here in the US. And if you've been following, y'all, I have rewatched a lot of the episodes. Let's see, some of the episodes I've rewatched 1 to 2 times this year during the pandemic, but my favorite seasons I've rewatched 4 to 5 times. So it's just been something that's been really like comforting, and just helping me to like get through this time and deal with the stress or numb out from the stress sometimes. It's just been something that's made me feel good when I wanted to feel good this year, amidst these strange times that we were living in. And so for there to be new material is awesome. Part of me wishes that the whole season would come out at one time, but then part of me realizes if that were the case, I'd be about to pull an all-nighter. Which is not great. I'm trying to like treat my body better as far as rest goes. I feel like I've been doing a lot better the last couple of weeks, actually going to bed at reasonable times and getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep each night. So good job me. And now I just need to keep that up, which is even harder right now because we're getting into the weekend, and when I don't have to wake up and be anywhere over Saturday and Sunday mornings, I kind of let myself really go Friday night and Saturday night and stay up really late, you know, reading or watching something. And so I'm trying to be better about that, and so I'm going to continue that this weekend. That's the plan, which now it's getting closer to midnight, so I'm going to film this and put it out into the world and then get myself to bed. That is the plan. But since as I said, I sent a Marco Polo video to my sister earlier tonight, and I said, I described The Great British Baking Show as my one true love. It was like my one true love returned today. So you know what, you would be correct if you were guessing that I didn't watch it one time today. I definitely have watched it twice. Twice this evening, I have watched the first episode of the most recent, the 11th season of The Great British Baking Show. Can't stop, won't stop. Loved it. So that was a high. That was, I would describe that as a high to my Friday evening. I also tried out a new Chinese food place today. Got some food to go, brought it home, ate it while I was watching the show, the first time around. And then I took a break and did, like I said, the Marco Polo video and things like that. Talked to my mother, who I found out recently does watch this. So, hi, Mom. And then I went back in for round 2, second go round of the episode, and at that point I was like, it's dessert time, let's have a treat. So I go to open up the fortune cookie that came with my delicious dinner, and it was partially broken, and I was already feeling a little not great about that. I was like, what does that say? And then I opened it up completely and went to eat it. There was no fortune. None. No little paper with no fortune for Lauren. Nothing. And I was like, that's definitely not a good sign. Like, definitely not a good sign. So yeah, my wild Friday night has had some definite ups and downs. Um, yeah, some extreme highs and lows there. So do with that information what you will. It's been quite an evening for me. And I figured what better way to wrap it up than talking to y'all. And of course, as always, I've been wanting to post this, I think, every day about this channel, about posting a video, and then it just kind of depends on how busy I'm at work and what kind of energy I have, and if I'm watching something or talking to people in the evenings. And so it finally lined up today for me to do this, so here we are. So getting into the actual point of this video, I'm continuing, as you could tell by the title, my series of why I love Norway. For some of you, you will understand the second half of the title, and for some of you, you won't, and I'm about to explain it to you, because yes, it is a Norwegian word. It's actually a mashup of 3 Norwegian words, so Friluftsliv directly translate to free air life, and so it's basically just the idea of living an outdoor kind of lifestyle. And the Norwegians really love nature, and they love being in nature. It's just part of their lives, it's part of their souls. It's also really important to be in nature. I was reading today a woman who specifically mentioned without, she said, destroying or disturbing it. And I thought that was an important point, because I know some people can get out there and just kind of trample or whatever to get the pictures they need and not really think about the area that surrounds them, or not even necessarily in a malicious way, but just not be conscious or concerned really about the nature around them. And Norwegians definitely are. They really value it and take good care of it, and it's just such a part of their daily lives. Another thing that I read a little while back, I can't remember what or where it was, but somebody was describing this kind of idea that, let's say on a weekend morning, it's more appropriate or acceptable or expected, or people just expect of themselves, that if they're going to be lounging around during the day, they're first going to get up and get outside and do something active and outdoorsy, and then the reward is to come and hang around. And I just thought that was a great idea. Has not been a part of my life. I definitely have spent more time indoors, and if I'm gonna lounge around, I'm just fully gonna lounge around. I have not done anything to earn it. So I thought, that would be a really good a goal for me. That would be a good mark to try to meet, and a new way to try to live my life. Also, in general, I just have not been a big outdoorsy person. I don't think I was raised to be one necessarily by our way of life and by the types of vacations that we took. I mean, it is so hot in South Central Texas all the time. And so, the only reason to go outside is if you're, getting into a pool, or if you're, walking into the mall or into the movie theater. Like, we do not live an outdoor lifestyle there. And so since I've been living in LA for so long now, it's something I've definitely noticed is a big part of some people's lives, but it's enough of an option that it's not so strange to not be living that way. And also, as I talked about in an earlier Why I Love Norway video, just about getting around the city, it's so difficult here. So driving places and then also parking places can be very tricky. And so, trying to get somewhere outdoorsy to do something like a hike or something can be a whole big ordeal. And so I tried it a couple times. It is just not my cup of tea. And so I haven't needed to be an outdoorsy person. I haven't had big motivation to be an outdoorsy person. But as I get older, I think I feel a lack there a little bit. Like, I have this respect for nature, and I want that respect to grow. I want the desire to be part of nature to grow in me. I definitely, I guess, see the Friluftsliv lifestyle as an aspirational one. It's one that I would like my life to look more like, to move in that direction, I guess. And so even the capital city, the biggest city, in the country, Oslo, the one I visited, it's full of nature there, and nature is all around. So even being in a city, because it's such an important part of the Norwegian lifestyle, there's been an emphasis put on cultivating the nature that is around. I remember being kind of blown away by the amount of green spaces within the city. I mean, there's little and big parks here and there all over the place. It's not like here's your one designated green space. It's weaves within the city. And even this is something I did not take advantage of when I was there, but pictures I've seen and things that I've read, the metro, about a 20-minute ride from the city center, you're out in the wilderness. You're going and you're hiking and you're near lakes, you're in the forest. Just north of Oslo, it's called Marka. And so that's where like the forest is that people go and venture in. So if and when I go back, that's definitely something I would like to check out. And then another thing that I thought was really cool that I did take advantage while I was there was they have a ferry system that if you pay for public transportation, which I did, I bought like a week ticket or something like that, so I didn't have to pay anything extra. You can go to Akerbrygge and you can hop on a ferry, and it does this round trip around a handful of islands that are kind of right there, and you can hop on or off at any of them. So some people will go to one for the day, and they'll, and they're just these small islands, but it's very nature-y is the word I want to use, which is not a Norwegian way to describe it, but I saw people that were kind of going like it was like going to the beach kind of thing. People went and had their backpacks with a towel and whatnot and just kind of like hung out, for the day. What I did, and I actually did this on my birthday when I was there last year, this is kind of what I decided to do that day. I went and I got on the ferry, and I went up top to the second level out on the back, so I was in this like open air space, and it's about an hour long if you stay on the boat and just go stop to stop to stop and then come back. And so I was just out on the water on this boat that I didn't have to pay anything extra for, on this ferry, going around and seeing some of the islands. And it was also cool to see Oslo from that vantage point as well. So I just really, really enjoyed that, and I loved that was such an easy option to do. And it was something I remember thinking like, if I lived here, I hope that I would continue to use this, that I would take advantage of that opportunity, because I thought it was pretty great. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the river that runs through the city, from the fjord up to actually a lake in Marka, is Akerselva, and it's so like I said, a river. And that was one of my favorite things I think that I did there in Oslo, was just walking along the river. I thought there were many different really pretty spots and interesting places, and it's conveniently located, and at sometimes you feel like you're in the city, and at sometimes you feel like you're far from it in a good way. And it just, I remember being impressed by that piece of nature running through the city, and then also just really enjoying it and thinking it was beautiful. Let's see, was there anything else I'm trying to think of? I had like a few items that I wanted to make sure to talk about. I think I've hit them all. So again, it's one of those where I'm like, I could be speaking from a really naive place, because I have not been an outdoorsy person. That has not been a big priority in my life, but it's something that I want to be. So, when I think about potentially moving to Oslo, I could see how someone could look at my life and be like, that aspect doesn't seem like a good fit. But it's like, no, that it's an aspiration. It's an inspiration to me. I want to live a life that looks more like that. And I think it would definitely be easier for me personally to spend more time outdoors at a place that is not so very hot. Because that's what I covered in the last video. You now know I'm not so much a fan of heat, and I naturally run hot, and it's quite hot here. It's almost the end of September, and we're about to get back to 100 degrees. That's just not okay. That's not okay ever in my book. So, I think if I lived somewhere cooler, it'd be easier for me to think about getting outside and enjoying the outdoor space. So that's something that, I've seen pictures and read about, and also experienced even just a little sliver of when I was there. And I just really enjoyed that aspect of the life, and I really like daydreaming about that being a bigger part of my life. And it's something that I could see myself really committing to more, like to really making those changes in my life, because you get so used to how you live your life wherever you are. And so, like, I don't see myself becoming an outdoorsy person in LA. I have my life set up the way I have it set here, but I think as part of like that big change, if I were to move to Oslo, like I think that would help to encourage me to just keep rolling with the changes and implement that kind of new aspect of life, the outdoor lifestyle, the Friluftsliv, as they say in Norway. So that's been another reason why I love Norway. I hope that you have enjoyed this, especially the new look we've got going here at From Normal to Norway, thanks to my amazing friends. And yeah, let me know what you think. And I'd love to hear just kind of about you as well, like your stories of being an outdoorsy person or not. If you want to, try, if you have tips for me, please let me know. I would love that. I would love the tips and the advice, so let me know. But anyway, that's it for tonight. So thanks again for watching, and as always, until next time, ha det!